HoBNews this week brought to you by a marrow.
Is that a marrow or a very fat courgette?
It is a marrow. This isn't even the biggest one I could have picked up.
What?
There you go. Welcome, Will,
Thank
to
you, Jack.
HoBNews. It is harvest season, veg season, as you can see. We have so much to talk to you about this week. First, can we kick off with just saying a huge mass thank you to everybody who has given us stuff over this past week. These videos, we've thanked individual people over the years so much, but it's just getting so much now.
Yeah, and
we haven't got time to thank you all individually. We do say thank you when you come in.
Yeah, you get a hug and a handshake and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's getting so. My list is getting out of control, so we just wanted to grab everybody together.
Yeah, and just say a huge thank you. If you have given us anything, whether that be money, food, time, that's not the herb, that's the human construct, that is time.
Thank you, Doctor Who.
We will say thank you to you right now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was a bit weird. Right, let's move on. A huge thank you to the Trinity Cafe team for their wonderful services yesterday, serving a cooked breakfast down at Trinity Cafe.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Louis, Tracy, Dave. There were quite a lot of people who turned up who are interested in volunteering, interestingly, and wanted to capture a little bit about the flavour of House of Bread. I said, well, go down to the cafe, you can get involved, and then think about coming in next week. So we just sort of basically carpe diem, seize the day, we took them down there, and getting to understand. So fantastic. It was a really successful day.
Really successful day. Always raise over £100.
Just a quick one. Two guys, don't know your names, but you work in the construction business, and you came into the Cafe 43 to buy some sandwiches as regular customers, and you bumped into Louis buying the meat and said, "Oh, where are you tomorrow? Down Trinity Cafe. We'll come down."
There we go.
Regular customers.
It is a small world. We've got regular people coming back. The food is that good. It is great, and people volunteering and us not having to be everywhere 24/7 is great, and it just shows that we've grown so much from people just volunteering on a Wednesday evening to people volunteering throughout the week and sometimes at home between their jobs and having a normal life. How lucky of them to have a normal life.
Yes.
Right, moving on, we have got some things coming up.
Yes.
The comedy night.
The comedy night, yes.
If you remember, we were saying about the comedy night a few weeks back, what a great success it was. We raised nearly £1,000 from that event. We are going to do it again. So watch this space, watch Facebook, watch these, read the mailer. It is going to happen again, along with some other events. We really want to turn Cafe 43 into the place to be, and to, like I've said before, grow it beyond the place where needy people go and get help. You know, we want to change that perception. Right, Will, you're crossing a lot of things off your list. What do you want to talk about? Starbucks.
Hello to Amy, manager, and Bobby, who's the franchise manager. Really, really great people. And also shout out to Martin. I met Martin and his wife when we went to the opening of Starbucks. It was like a little family opening thing on Friday. But it opened officially on Saturday, so it'll be open now. It's now down behind on the Huff Retail Park. Really exciting because big brand Starbucks have engaged with Little Old House of Bread in Stafford. And we want to say thank you.
Doing something good with their reputation. We'll leave it there.
Good to see.
Great that they're helping us.
It was lovely to meet Leah Cassidy off of the newsletter. But Amy really sort of got involved and really exciting. So thank you for all that. But Martin, the reason I mentioned Martin and his wife is that their daughter was at Stafford Grammar. I was doing harvest.
What a link.
So Martin and his wife, I don't know his wife's name, so I just know Martin because he gave me his card. And their daughter was at Stafford Grammar in the morning, and I was there, and I said to them, "Oh, ask your daughter about the fantastic speaker who was at Stafford Grammar at the Harvest Festival." He said, "Who was that?" I said it was me.
There you go. We'll catch up with more about Stafford Grammar on the 10,000 tin challenge because that relates to that. But thank you to the two people who dropped off their tins at Cafe 43 because they'd missed the drop-in point at Stafford Grammar. So that's great. Check out the 10,000 tin challenge. That's our campaign video currently Wednesdays at 6 for All Stuff Harvest and All Stuff Tins.
Yes.
Going back to the Starbucks thing, really great that they're having a collection tin there and a collection bin. Like Will said, a big, huge organisation that comes with its own reputation, but helping out a little charity. So that's quite good. Right, what have you got next on your list?
Just to say that there are still opportunities for volunteers. We're getting a lot more volunteers coming in where we can offer you specific roles within the organisation. You're going to be working with
roles at the House of Bread.
Roles at the House of Bread. We're going to be in contact with Jane, who is now our volunteer development coordinating manager, and it allows us to basically address your aspiration to work with us in a much more effective way, rather than, as you described, saying, "Oh, come on in, I'll just manage you while I manage half a dozen other things that are ongoing." We've got somebody who's going to focus on your need and fulfil what your outcomes are.
So, like Will says, the more volunteers we get, the more accurate we can be with those volunteers, and the more precise we can be with our work.
Yeah. And then, not necessarily last, because you might come back to me with something else, you're going to see some communication either directly through email to you or through the mailer. Thank you, Clarissa and Giles, for that. Or maybe a letter from me. And what we're going to be focusing on, basically, we've had some need for specific funding around cash flow, I guess, like any charity would.
To elaborate on what Will was saying there, we've turned a pharmacy into a cafe. And that's meant installing all sorts of things to adhere with the law for change of use purposes, and our extractor fan and all things like that. Somebody just trying to come through the gate there. The extractor fan has cost us a lot of money, and cash flow's a little bit tight. So Will, go on, carry on.
So we're asking people to just think about how they might want to give to us to support the work that we do. So it might be through local giving, it might be a one-off donation, or it might be a regular direct debit. And I hope you'll understand why we're making that request. It's an important aspect in terms of delivering our service, and it's about how we can do better and work faster and more smartly. So look out for that communication, and if you can engage and offer us some sort of financial support, that would be great. But as I always say, the utilities will need paying in money, not beans.
Hello. Oh, right. Will is going to run and say thank you to somebody who's just popped their head over the gate. So thank you, Will, who's not here anymore. I've got some keys here, Dad. I will say thank you very much for watching as ever. If you want to hear about the important things that happen at House of Bread, do check out our campaign videos. There he goes in the background. Check out our campaign videos on Wednesdays at 6. Like I said, all about the 10,000 tin challenge. But we will leave you now to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you very much for watching as ever. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, there he is. Oh, what a great end.